Hello and welcome to my channel. I wanted to show you a different stitch. I came up with this stitch. I'm sure this stitch exists somewhere, but I was playing with the yarn and I came up with this. But this stitch came about from this one. So this one I have a tutorial. I will put the link in the comment section underneath the video. I will pin a comment with the link to this stitch. All you're gonna do the first 3 rows, and then you're gonna come back to this video and you're gonna see how I do the modification. So this stitch, I have the tutorial. You can click the link and you can do the first 3 rows. So from this stitch I just did a modification and this thing came about. I think it's nice to do a cardigan, a blanket, even a scarf if you like, but the stitch is not reversible. So some of you might like the back instead of the front of the work. Yeah. So these are the sides of the work. Yeah. So if some of you like to do something with this stitch, just watch the tutorial. Okay, so after you do the 3 rows in the beginning, and you will see the link underneath, it's gonna look like this. Let me put this a little bit closer. So I'm gonna use now 3.0mm crochet hook, even though this yarn recommends that I should use 3.5. This is cotton that I'm working now with. Okay, so after you do the first 3 rows, you're gonna chain 2. You're gonna turn your work. And in this second stitch, not this one, but this one, the second, we're gonna do in there 2 double crochets. The other stitch, I have the tutorial that you're gonna see if you click the link. I chain 2 here. Yeah. So with this one, I'm not gonna chain 2. I'm just gonna go straight to the first cluster. Yeah. So we have here, this is the front post from the previous row. So when you turn your work, you're gonna have a back post. So what are we gonna do? We're gonna go to the first double crochet here, which is the front post from the previous row, and we're gonna do a back post. Okay, then we're gonna go to the 2 chain space between these 3 double crochets. In that space, we're gonna put in there 3 double crochets. So 1, 2 and 3. You're gonna chain 2 and 3 more double crochet into the same space. And this stitch also has only 2 rows repeat. And then you're gonna skip these 3 double crochets and you have the front post from the previous row right here after these 3 double crochet. And we're gonna do a back post double crochet. This stitch you're gonna alternate. One row is gonna be front post double crochet, and then the next row is gonna be back post, but the middle is gonna stay the same. 3 double crochet, 2 chain and 3 double crochet. Yeah. And now we're gonna chain 2, and then you're gonna move to the next cluster. So you have the first double crochet here, which is the front post from the previous row, and you're gonna do a back post double crochet. Then you're gonna move to the 2 chain space and you're gonna put in there 3 double crochets. You're gonna chain 2 and 3 more double crochet into the same space where you did those 3 double crochets. Second and the third, and then you're gonna skip these 3 double crochets and you have the front post from the previous row, in which we're gonna do a back post. So this row is gonna be only back post, the only change that this stitch has. I'm gonna chain 2, I'm gonna move to the next cluster, and first you have the back post in there. You're gonna do a back post double crochet. you're gonna move to the 2 chain space, and you're gonna put in there 3 double crochet, chain 2, and 3 more double crochets. So we did a 3, chain 2, and 3 more double crochets. This is cotton, and it's a little bit harsh, this cotton. It doesn't slide on my finger. It doesn't run so easy. Yeah. And then you're gonna skip these 3 double crochets, and in here you have the back post double crochet. Then you're gonna chain 2. Then you're gonna move to the next cluster. So we start first with the back post double crochet, and then we go to the 2 chain space between those clusters of 3 double crochet, and we're gonna do 3 double crochets, chain 2, and 3 more double crochet into the same 2 chain space where we did those other 3 double crochets. Okay, and at the end, well, we have the cluster we didn't finish, so we have the double crochet here, well, the front post from the previous row. So you're gonna go around that one, and you're gonna do a back post double crochet, and now you're not gonna chain 2 like I showed you the last tutorial. So you're gonna just go to the second double crochet. So you have first, second, and the chain 2. So we're gonna skip the double crochet, and you go to the second double crochet there, and you're gonna put in there 3 double crochets. So I took the 2 chains from the beginning and here at the end, because it makes the work too large. Yeah. So now we're gonna chain 2, and now you're gonna turn your work, and now it's the row with the front post double crochet. So what we're gonna do now, we're gonna skip the first stitch, and into the second we're gonna put in there 2 double crochets. And again, we're not gonna chain 2, we're gonna go straight to the front post right here. So we're gonna do a front post double crochet, and then we're gonna move to the 2 chain space and put in there 3 double crochets, chain 2, and 3 more double crochets. So the only change that this stitch has, it's just 1 row of front post, and the next row it's back post. That's it. What we do in the middle here, the 2 chain space stays the same. So you're gonna chain, no, not yet, we're gonna go to the front post. Yeah. After you finish 3 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet, you're gonna go straight to the front post, and we're gonna do a front post double crochet, chain 2. It's gonna look like this. And you move to the next cluster. So you have front post double crochet, then you're gonna move to the 2 chain space, and you're gonna do all that, and then front post double crochet. So you go to the front post, do a front post double crochet, and you go into the 2 chain space, and you do all those clusters of 3 double crochet separated by 2 chains. So that's the stitch. It's a very nice stitch to do a cardigan, I think, even a table runner, but I think it's gonna look nice for a table runner with cotton and a thin yarn. So now we're gonna go to the front post, and we're gonna do a front post double crochet. I'm gonna chain 2, and that gives you the separation between these front posts. And next you're gonna go to the next cluster, and you have the front post. You're gonna repeat on and on and on. It's quite nice, but I will suggest, when you I forgot to tell you in the beginning, when you start to cast the chains with this one, I will suggest cast the chains with a bigger crochet hook that you will work the rest of the work, and the first row of single crochet do with the same that big number. For example, if the yarn recommends that you should use 3.5 millimeter crochet hook, use 4 or 4.5 millimeter crochet hook when you cast the chains, and then you do the first row of single crochet with 4, let's say, and then when you have to start the second row, start it with a 3.5. Yeah, I think that that will work better, because it has a tendency, the first row, to get too tight, and then the rest of the work fans out a little bit. Not too much, but some of you might panic. I say I did something wrong. Yeah. So the last front post here, and again I'm not gonna chain 2 like in the previous tutorial. I'm just gonna skip the first double crochet, and into the second I'm gonna do a double crochet, or 3 of them. So this is the second and the third double crochet, and then you're gonna chain 2, turn your work, and now will be the row with the back post, and in the middle, in the 2 chain space, it stays the same, doesn't change. Yeah. So this is what we worked up until now. So if you like this style, this stitch, I'm not gonna say pattern, because I'm sure someone came up with this stitch, so I'm not gonna say I came up with this stitch. If I did, it doesn't matter. But you know, many of us crocheters, we came up with the same stitches, even though someone did already that stitch, came up with that stitch already. So you see in here, it has a tendency, I didn't put with a bigger crochet the first row of casting the chains and do the first row of single crochet. I didn't do the big crochet hook. If I was to do this one is worked with 2.5 millimeter crochet hook. So I was thinking to go at least one number bigger, 3.5, to do the cast the chains and do the single crochet first. Yeah, the single crochet row, and then when I start the second, well, the second row after the single crochet, I will go back to the 2.5. Yeah. But if you like this stitch for a cardigan, for a blanket, for a table runner, yeah, it has a tendency here to be a little bit shorter, and then it fans out an idea a little bit. Yeah, and it's quite tight. Yeah, no matter how much I'm stretching this. So yeah, well, try this stitch if you think you can do something with this this style. So this is the back of the work. So this one is started from this. Instead of doing 2 rows repeat with 2 double crochet, chain 2 and 2 double crochets, I just said no, I'm gonna do different. I'm gonna do back post instead of front post. So you can try this if you like. Okay, well, thank you for watching. Have a good day.